Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Thanks for joining the live chat session. I have three news stories for you and two updates as well. Let me welcome the participants first, then we'll start the live chat. Uh, Samuel Faleke, the first one who commented today, says, "Greetings, dear Sajid. Alim Gizao, a member. Special welcome to you, Alim. How are you doing?" Tikim Tafira joined too, says hello. Uni Tafara says, "Hi Sajid, I was wondering when you're gonna open live." I'm here, Uni. Nahom Architect says, "Good evening, Sajid." Korkodang is saying good evening. Fitsum Kidane Mariam says hi. Mozi. Mozi says, "Come on now, get a shave tomorrow." I bought a new shaver, by the way. So I want to try the new shaver this time. Uh, let's see how will it work or not. Only Amhara is the second member who joined today. Welcome, Only Amhara. Average Dom here too says good evening. Lichi Solomon says hello, dear. Well, I am reading this screen name for the first time. Lichi Solomon. Nisabho here. Good evening. He says. He what empty says Salam. Gizavit Media says, good evening. Malakne Malak says, hello, hello. Engeshon photo here too. Hi, Sajid Iratia beats Ethiopia. Worst live chat ever. Why? Why was that the worst live chat? Why can't you tolerate the thing? Why can't you swallow the hard pill that on that issue, at least Eritrea beat Ethiopia? Yoni Tafara says Amhara's dominating membership. I don't know. I know a little bit about names, if they are Amhara, Tigray, and Oromo, but I'm not sure about the names, if they are Amharas or non-Amharas. Haptamo Worko says, Sajid, greetings. What or who is your source, please? It's amazing and fascinating, I guess. I'll respond to it. Finfone sound, Sajid, your updates are good, but your analysis must be deep and try to invite regional experts too. Finfone sounds, would you like to come here to be with me for a program? Which regional expert should I invite? Problem is that the experts have been categorized. It's difficult to find truly neutral experts and observers. I cannot pay anyone. I'm not in a position to do that. But if anyone is interested to be on my views and news in a chat format, the forum is open. I have been inviting members, especially members who have become members. We have more than 50 members who have bought membership. I always say that this platform is for you. You can send videos, audios. You can join me in live chats, in videos. But I have not been able to convince them, maybe. And there are issues, obviously, about safety and security too. Shimalis Kabbede here, Ephraim Tisfai. Nisabo says, Sajid, you keep on throwing hard pills. Yoni Tafara, uh, the fox. Have you seen large number of Fanos surrender? The fox says. I've been updating you about Fanos not surrendering, but the claims of military of having killed large number of Fanos. I've been sharing with you. Musisa Ararso joined. Alex Avake Hapane says, peaceful brothers of my Ethiopia, Sudan, from Somaliland. He's from Somaliland. Abdi Muhammad. Do you see Ethiopia as a failed state sooner or later? I don't see Ethiopia disintegrating. I've done several videos on that, by the way. In 2021, if you remember, when everyone was predicting Ethiopia was going to disintegrate, did a video, I remember. You can watch that. You can search in my views and news video section. Back then, I said that there would be no disintegration. Back then, Tigray forces were bragging about advancing towards Addis Ababa. Even then, I said that no disintegration. There is no question of disintegration now. IWG says, hello, Tigray, Valhalla. Where are ENDF now? They were ending west from Adwa, right? Yes, they were heading towards Adwa, from Adwa towards Western Zone. One quick comment, then the three topics. Someone asked about my sources. What is your source? Since I cover Amhara, Oromia, Tigray, Eritrea, Somalia, Somaliland, to some extent, it means source cannot be one. I need multiple sources. I need translations too. I need background information as well. So there are scores of people who are in touch with me. My viewers are my main source because they trust me. You people trust me. You people share information with me. You people make corrections. You people. Uh, I have now very close ties with some viewers. They know my family. I know their families. So we trust each other. So I get information from the ground in Ethiopia mostly. Now, where are you from? Balete, Guest House. I'm not from India. I'm from Pakistan. Three main news stories. Firstly, bomb attacks in Bahir Dar. I think I'm the first one to report about that because just before the start of the live chat, I got the information. And when I got the information, 30 minutes before that, the bombs were thrown in Amhara region. So you can see how quickly I get information. Uh, secondly, second story is about Amhara Prosperity Party. Its senior leaders are in the US. Thirdly, almost 5 days ago, dozens of people were kidnapped in Oromia. Where are they now? But before these three news stories, I have two important updates. Uh, I showed you, I talked about Manjarino, Fatler in a video this morning. I said that in a clip, video clip, she slammed Ethiopian PM Abiy. PM Abiy was not eligible or was not competent to administer a wareda, let alone a country. And I said that maybe the video was old, and now it has been confirmed that Patlevok's clip is not new, it's an old clip, around 2 years. Why is that suddenly we are seeing anti-federal government, anti-PM Abiy clips of TPLF being dug out and shared? Because Amhara activists believe that Abiy and TPLF are on one page. Abiy wants to hand over southern western zone to the TPLF. That is why they're trying to create splits. Patriworks clip, it's genuine, it's not fake, but it is 2 years old. And back then we know that both TPLF and federal government both used very strong language against each other. Secondly, ONLF. I did a video about ONLF statement yesterday. Ogaden National Liberation Fund. There are two groups, ONLF, real ONLF, and the ONLF, which is part of the Somali regional government. Real ONLF says that this splinter faction is not ONLF. It is Prosperity Party backed ONLF. The statement, which called for referendum in Adato, Kerbaise, Ondofo, the territories contested by Somali and Afar regions, it was released by pro Prosperity Party Government, ONL. Not that ONLF, which turned into a political party in 2018. Before that, it worked as an armed group. So these are two important corrections or updates which I want to share with you. Gamicho Gole joined, Hapane here too. Thank you, Musisa Ararso. JX Fereng is asking about Bahir Dar. Where did the incident of T-bomb attacks happen in Bahir Dar? Kabul 16, JX Ferenge. JX Ferenge. Okay, let me start. Abdi Qasim joined too. Balete Distao. Abtamo Worko. Hi. Lilo. I think I have read all the names who have joined so far. Liz Elias here too. Nathnael Milky. My apologies if I'm missing any name, but I think I have read all the names. First news story, Ali Raya here too. First news story from Bahir Dar, Amhara regional capital. Once again, Fano fighters K-12 adjoined to Abdullahi as well. Once again, Abdi Fatah Gilari Abdullahi. Okay, now I'll cover the news stories only. Once again, Fano fighters showed their presence in the regional capital today. Attacks were definitely by Fano, though no official statement from them, but I got confirmation from people close to Fano. 3 hand grenade attacks were carried out in Bahir Dar, Amhara regional capital, on Monday evening, just 2 to 3 hours ago, you can say. Homeland Hotel was hit. At the hotel, Amhara Prosperity Party members were holding a meeting. Firstly. Secondly, in Kabul 16, Amhara Revenue Department officials were in a meeting. Second target was this meeting. Thirdly, Amhara Regional State Media building was hit. 3 attacks in 3 different places. How many were injured or killed? We don't know. It's difficult. I'm not in a position to say, to confirm the losses. Generally, when there are hand grenade attacks, there are no large scale casualties, especially if the attackers just throw hand grenades and run away. If they manage to get close to gatherings and they manage to throw grenades and bombs inside the rooms where gatherings are organized, then that definitely large scale casualties happen. So we don't know what happened in the case of these 3 attacks, but I have confirmed that these 3 bomb attacks happened in Bahir Dar, Amhara regional capital this evening. So military claims that Fano groups are no more in a position to carry out any coordinated attacks. They are on the run from one place to the other. They're just running, and they are being killed. Region is being cleared, but Fano groups are here in Bahir Dar. If they can hit Bahir Dar, if they can carry out such attacks in Bahir Dar, they can hit any part of the Amhara region. Why? Because Bahir Dar is perhaps the most secure city. ENDF is deployed here, militia is deployed here to Amhara police deployed here as well. Around Bahir Dar, there is large-scale deployment of Ethiopian security forces. Average Dome is asking a question about the Orthodox Church priest who allegedly tried to rob the bank. Well, I think the African Union, which was the affected party, though it did not suffer any loss because the amount could not be withdrawn, has written a letter to Ethiopian Federal Police Commission. The Police Commission is investigating the matter, and so far I have not seen any statement from the Federal Police Commission. But by the way, the man who went to the commercial bank branch of Ethiopia in Addis Ababa was so inexperienced that he did not know that he could not get $6 million in cash. That is not how banks operate. I mean, I have an account at a bank here in Pakistan. And whenever I send a check through a friend for withdrawal, and the check is around or more than $3,000, the bank always calls me. They confirm, is it your check? Do you? Though everything is fine, my signatures, everything, but still, bank authorities confirm because the withdrawal amount is around 10 million Pakistani rupees, etc. So the man who went to the commercial bank branch went there to carry out transaction of $6 million. Obviously, the bank was supposed to contact Africa Union headquarters. Africa Union headquarters said that they did not authorize that transaction, and that is how the man was apprehended. So he was so inexperienced, that man. And ballet is now being it's being told that he was involved. But let's see what investigation reveals. One from future says, don't you have a job? What I do is more than a job, by the way. When I get up in the morning, before taking breakfast, I do a video. If I get up at night, in the night, I see my mobile, I check it if any new development happened in the region. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I have to get up and make a video. And then starting from my morning till I go to sleep, I make videos. I get information, I talk to people, I verify things. So this is more than a job for me, by the way, this channel. Farabdi says, one from future says, be honest, is anyone paying you to make these videos? Who is going to pay me, by the way? Why would people pay me? Will you pay me, by the way? Will you pay me tens of thousands of dollars if I make videos of your choice? Do you think I will agree to this sort of arrangement that people pay me and I make videos? But problem is that I cannot convince anyone. Everyone, by the way. People without having any evidence say, you are paid. And I try to convince them, they ask more questions. That is why I have stopped convincing them. It's up to you to decide. If you think my content is paid by someone, you have every right to go to some other place. But please be neutral, be objective in your analysis. I have nothing to benefit from reporting in support of one or the other party in Ethiopia, in Eritrea, in Somalia. K12 at Sadi's source of information is Messe. No, Messe is not my source. Messe is, I know some big organizations copy my content. Big news outlets copy my content. I don't copy anyone. Sometimes you viewers tell me what Messe is saying, what Ethio Forum is reporting, what Ethicity is reporting. I don't know what they are saying. I have nothing to do with them. My analysis is always independent. Sometimes, yes, our reports overlap. Why? Because if, for example, if there is attack in Bahir Dar, I got this news first. Others will report this as well. That is what news outlets do. They report news. And sometimes I report first, sometimes they report first. But we don't copy. I don't copy, at least. I don't copy analysis. My analysis is always independent. Yemaskan joined too. Welcome, Yemaskan. Liz says, did you hear about the attack on ENDF member in Salamti? That is why ENDF movement is seen to Western zone. Can you confirm that? Well, I've been hearing different rumors about the situation in Salamti and near Humera too. I received two unconfirmed reports. First one is what you mentioned. Second one about fighting close to Humera city. I could not confirm both of these reports. But yes, ENDF convoys have been seen heading towards western zone from northern part of Tigray. Maybe ENDF wants to beef up its deployment in western zone. It's not linked to any incident in western zone. But if I am able to confirm, I'll share more with you. Thank you, Jamasgan. Gabriel Carlos says, how are you? I'm fine, Gabriel. Yeah, Lilo. People sometimes try to divert me. Every dom says part of being fair is reading petty comments. I like your fairness. I want to make live chats interactive. There is no point if I just speak and I end the live chat, because that means I would be making videos, which I do all day. So this live chat is all about being interactive. Bilal joined too. Bilal Moshe, a Teddy fan, a regular participant joined too. John B says, good to hear from you again. Alex Savak, Ethiopia is here too. Yeah, almost all regions have border disputes or ethnic disputes. Now, secondly, viewers, let me speak a little about Amhara Prosperity Party. The senior party leaders are in the US. We heard about Araga Kabade that maybe he would lead the delegation, but he's not in the US. Rather, Sisse Yerga is leading this delegation. He's a senior Amhara Prosperity Party leader. And in New York, the Amhara Prosperity Party leaders held a meeting with Ethiopian diaspora community. Why was there need for this visit? Why is that Amhara PP wants to contact and engage Ethiopian diaspora community? Because there is Ethiopian embassy working in the US. So Ethiopian embassy can talk to Ethiopian diaspora community. Well, I think what I have learned is that this trip by Amhara Prosperity Party is about engaging Amhara diaspora community. Because now one diaspora, Ethiopian diaspora section is turning against the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, PM Abiy's government, and that is predominantly Amhara. Pro-Fano elements, and some have support from Eritrea as well. They have turned against the Prime Minister, against the government, and they are going to great lengths to put pressure upon the federal government. They are in talks with the US lawmakers too. They're trying to block foreign assistance, economic assistance for Ethiopia. They want to block the flow of remittances too from the US to Ethiopia. And they want to convince the US government, the government should not give any money to Ethiopian government. And allegedly, government is spending this money on buying weapons, etc. This Amhara diaspora some, I won't say all, but some Amhara diaspora groups are very staunch critics of the government. That is why Amhara PP leaders have been sent to talk to Amhara diaspora community. So let's see, will the diaspora community listen to the Amhara PP members, and will the Amhara PP members try to uh, resort to under the table tactics as well to get support from diaspora community? Today was the first meeting which I saw. Hopefully, we'll get full information about these meetings and then share reports with you. If anyone has been part of these meetings, do get in touch with me. I would like to know what happened at the meetings. What is the position taken by the Amhara Prosperity Party members in the US? What are they saying? And how is diaspora going to respond? Amhara diaspora, pro PP diaspora is a joke. They have no leverage. K12 says, no, I don't agree with that. They do have leverage. If all Amhara diaspora community members unite against the government, that would be a big blow to the Ethiopian government. But they're not united, I think. Any news on bird devaluation talks ongoing? Let's see. Everyone is reporting that bird devaluation is on the cards. How much devaluation? I shared some figures. I wrote an article as well on my website, myusernews.net. You can read details there. Devaluation is on the cards, but let's see when will it happen? How much will the bird be devalued? That's still open to speculation, I think. But I would suggest people with no, not 120 at once. I think devaluation could be around 20-30% at the start, and then gradually more devaluation. Will the government agree to devaluation or not? Government is agreeing, but it wants gradual devaluation. So we'll have to wait. Yeah, I agree, Maskan, that Amhara PP is obviously concerned with financial support for Fano fighters from diaspora. And everyone knows that Fano fighters, people in the name of Fano raise money in the US, in Europe. Uh, Large sums of money have been raised. Whether the money reaches the Fano groups in Ethiopia or not, but diaspora community is funding Fano groups. Obviously, Amhara PP would try to convince diaspora they should not support the Fano groups. They should support the government. This is part of the agenda of the visit. But what I have heard is that maybe diaspora community could be threatened as well. A few days ago, I was talking to a man close to the government, and he said that if the diaspora financing of Fano does not stop, then the government will take action against diaspora properties in Ethiopia. It will happen. EW Ethiopia says, how does Pakistan deal with its large ethnic diversity? Are they dumb enough to have ethnic borders? Well, I think we have one language. This language is understood and spoken in all parts of the country. This language is not language of one region. So luckily, we have one language, which cannot be called language of one ethnic group in Pakistan. Then ethnicity did not play a role in the creation of the country. That is why after that as well, it was not a major place. Thirdly, regional states are not empowered to have their own flags. Uh, they're not called presidents. They have limited autonomy. It's centralized system. That is how ethnicity was never a main problem. Yes, Urdu. It was never a challenge. Though in some areas there are ethnic issues, but it's not like Ethiopia or Somalia. Lastly, viewers, last news story from Oromia. Almost 5 days ago, a bus was kidnapped in the Oromia region. It was kidnapped, bus passengers too, kidnapped in North Shore zone of the Oromia region near Gohatsian town. Bitto Milki is the name of the area, exact name of the area where the bus was intercepted. And Kira joined a little late today. And the people who were there in the bus, they were kidnapped. 5 days have passed. Government is not telling the family members of those who have been abducted that who abducted the people. How many were abducted? People say more than 50. I could not get exact numbers, by the way. More than 50, I would say. Who abducted them? We don't know. But ransom is being demanded. This is not the first incident of kidnapping for ransom in Amhara Oromia border area. This kidnapping happened in Oromia, but in Oromia Amhara border area. We've seen several incidents of kidnapping for ransom in these border areas of Oromia. And mainly, uh, these kidnapping for ransom incidents happen when Amharas are on their way to Oromia and they're kidnapped. Ransom is demanded. It does not mean that there's no kidnapping for ransom in Oromia. No, in other parts of Oromia too, kidnapping for ransom happens and Oromos are targeted. So who is operating in this part of Oromia region? Oromo Liberation Army, criminal elements, or some government-backed militia. We don't know. Ola has not said a word so far. But whenever Ola is accused of being involved in kidnapping for ransom, Ola denies. But some sources in Oromia say that people were part of Ola used kidnapping for ransom as a source of funding. They accuse Ola of robbing banks too. They accuse Ola of stealing, exporting mineral resources of Oromia. Ola denies. Ola is denying, government is silent, and the families of the victims don't know where to go. Reportedly, they have received phone calls. Ransom is being demanded. They'll have to pay ransom. This is what has been happening for years. People have to pay ransom. That is how their loved ones are free. Let's see what happens this time in North Shore zone of Rome. Kira says, we are tired of hearing such kind of news every single day. What to do, Kira? Problem is that this is what the true picture is. We have to show this picture to the people. Thank you, Yamasgan. He won't empty any news on Quorum Alamata. No big change there. Quorum under TPLF, under Tigray fighters. Ofla, Quorum, Zata under Tigray fighters. Alamata city under ENDF control. Federal forces are there in Quorum as well, but Tigray fighters in control there. Liz is asking about forgotten MOU with Somaliland. Not forgotten, I would say. So I would say that the MOU is there, implementation delayed, but not forgotten. But is the government, Ethiopian government, going to implement the MOU now? Because we know that in Somaliland, election date has been announced. On the 13th of November, presidential election will be held. Three parties there, Kulmiye, Wadani, UCID. Kulmiye is the party of the incumbent, Musibe Abdi. Wadani is led by Abdur Rahman, and then Faisal Ali Rabe, I think, is leading UCID. So, opposition would not like the MOU to be implemented before election. Why? Because if it is implemented, if Ethiopia recognized by another country before the election, it would boost the election campaign of Musibe Abdi. Musibe Abdi would try, he will try to convince the Ethiopian government to make progress towards implementation before election. Opposition would not like any progress. So what will Ethiopia do? Let's see. I am not in a position to predict. But MOU is there. Because just 2 days ago, we heard from Ethiopian communist spokesperson and another official, and they said that MOU was there. Somalia's response was just a storm in the teacup, just a hiccup, and MOU stands. It will be implemented. I don't think that Abdurrahman would be pro Somalia when it comes to recognition of Somaliland as a country. UCID, Kulmaye, Wadni, all are united for Abdi, if I'm not wrong. John Spencer, any news on Eritrea? 2 days ago, I said Eritrea had beaten Ethiopia. Some people got angry. So, okay, I'll try to share some news about the Eritrea tomorrow. And then after that, by the way, after that video, several Ethiopians, they contacted me and they sent me links to some articles, some stats showing that Ethiopia was far ahead of Eritrea. A man from Ethiopia shared a link about some stats regarding the waste management system in Eritrea. Eritrea is at the lowest in the world. Ethiopia a little better. And he said, you see that today Ethiopia won. So Ethiopia did not like that live chat, though it was all factual. Did not tell any lie on that issue. Obviously, Eritrea was ahead of Ethiopia. So both need to do a lot. They need to improve a lot. Hira says TPLF and Prosperity Party are responsible for every problem in Ethiopia to begin with. I agree, yes. They have been in power. TPLF for around 2 decades, Prosperity Party for 6 years. So who is to blame? Both of them. But now the main blame lies with Prosperity Party. Why? Because PP came on the slogan of change. It said that its coming to power was uh, about people's desire for change. What change? Has PP brought about any change in Ethiopia? If there is no change, then PP could not deliver. People wanted change in 2018. That is why PRD was dismantled and PP came into existence. If PP was not, if PP has not been able to bring about change, then who is responsible? You cannot blame TPLF now for what is happening in Ethiopia now. Yes, you can talk about TPLF when it comes to past performance. But today's Ethiopia, whatever problems in Ethiopia are today, you cannot blame them all on TPLF. What did people do in the last 6 years? Well, 42 minutes have passed. I think we should end this live chat session. It was good to be with you. I covered three main topics in this live chat. Three hand grenade attacks in Bahir Dar, regional capital, on Monday evening. Then we talked about the Amhara Prosperity Party delegation's visit of the US, and they are there in New York. They held a meeting there with the Ethiopian diaspora community. And thirdly, kidnapping for ransom in Oromia. Almost a week ago, more than 50 were kidnapped when they were on their way from Amhara to Oromia, kidnapped in North Shore zone of Oromia. Ransom being demanded, government nowhere to be seen. Thank you for watching this live chat session. Stay blessed, stay safe. I'll be back tomorrow. Till then, bye bye.